I am Adili Jamet Maiwa.
Makela Sarumo.
My name is Yemi.
My name is Omoyemi Oni.
My name is Anna Idia.
I'm a photographer and I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a photographer, I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a software developer and I'm an entrepreneur.
I am a television content producer and I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm a certified life coach and I enjoy being an entrepreneur.
Welcome to the second season of Ignite, powered by the After School Graduate Development Center AGDC and supported by Lagos State Government and First Bank.
Season 2 of Ignite essentially is to take us to the next level in terms of what our agenda is, which is to raise a whole generation of Nigerian entrepreneurs who will, through building enterprises, create jobs to solve our critical unemployment situation, which we have in Nigeria, but is not specific to Nigeria. It's a global situation right now, and all predictions say there's still problems related to job creations across the globe.
Lagos State, the commercial capital of Nigeria, has played host to Ignite since its inception, and this season isn't any different.
The first thing to say is that our government values this partnership and it has produced results. The way to understand it is to look back at some of the things we have tried to do as a government in terms of policy initiatives. Some of my public speeches and interactions with our tertiary institutions seeking to create what I call a collaboration between the town and the gown. If we're producing graduates from universities, graduates from polytechnics, we must be producing them for a purpose. And what is that purpose? Nationhood development, state development, economic development. Now, if the graduates we're producing are in areas where our economy is not having sufficient need, then the town is not talking to the gown.
You've got to know what is important to you. And over time, what you do right will make you right. And ultimately, it will create a reward for you.
The After School Graduate Development Program, which is a baby of the Ignite group, is a way of filling a gap that now exists, in my view, as a result of perhaps the inadequacy of career counseling and guidance that could have existed. Because otherwise this should have been picked up from secondary school and people are being counseled to do certain courses, not only because they have the flair for it, but also because that is where the direction in which the national economy is heading.
First Bank, Nigeria's first commercial bank and leading bank, has been undoubtedly the most supportive bank when it comes to SMEs in Nigeria. They have supported young businesses with startup capital, entrepreneurial conferences, seminars, town hall meetings, and workshops, and also forums with the view of empowering entrepreneurs and SMEs.
There are two areas which we believe that a young Nigerian entrepreneur would require our sector. One is capacity building and one is access to finance. On capacity building, we did a national conference for SMEs. That was a huge success. We managed to gather a lot of SMEs, quite young ones. You'll find out that we concentrated on the young entrepreneurs. A lot of the people we invited, the head of the MD of Chocolate City, MD of Kunga, who are very young and successful entrepreneurs. So capacity building is one of the big problems of the SME and especially the young ones, because they just come out of tertiary institution and set up a business. They don't understand how to keep records, they don't understand how to access finance. Last year we were confirmed as the #1 SME bank. The survey confirmed that we have most SME customers in the financial industry. We also lend the most to SME.
SME is important to First Bank because SME is the backbone of any economy. We have found out that it's at that level that jobs are created for millions of people, and as such we want to be very integral in the process of creating these opportunities for every individual in Nigeria.
Businesses are becoming far more efficient because of technology and everything, which generally means that they're reducing the number of body counts that they use in organizations, and that then requires that we create more jobs. Now, to this end, what we did in season 1 was essentially to deal with the broad knowledge requirement for building an enterprise. And we looked at it from different perspectives. Critical issues. We did a lot of profiling of Nigerians across different age groups that have, at one point in time or the other, that have built companies that we see that are thriving, people that have had the courage to express their dream and their adventure. And we've learned from their own experiences. And that's what season 1 was about: experience sharing, information sharing, and just generally getting us started. We decided that as a country, there's certain areas where we have comparative advantage over maybe other countries, or there's certain segments that have huge capacity for new businesses, because across the value chain of those industries, there's very little that has been done so far. And we're saying that there's a lot of room within those industries for us to create new businesses as we look through the value chain, and for new jobs to be created by those businesses. We specifically identified agriculture, the entertainment industry, entertainment or creative industry as we classified it, the construction industry, and the fashion industry.
Almost everything we do here, from our skill centers, I think we have about 27 of them now, where young people are being trained, graduates and non-graduates alike, in entrepreneurship and skill development, able to produce things, hats, dresses, photography, welding, carpentry, shoemaking, we bought machines and all of that. So, and we've also provided a mortgage finance in order to support young people.
In the past, it's based on what has been available, but we've decided that we want to open new frontiers and be able to give finance to those areas the SMEs are involved, which we have to make us stronger.
Without any doubt, anybody can tell you that Nigerian women are so fashionable. And not just Nigerian women, you're talking Nigerian women, you're talking Nigerian men, you're talking Nigerians in general. From our cultural perspective to our cosmopolitan modern day dressing, which we've sort of merged with our traditional concepts as well. So you find a lot of creative Nigerians in the fashion industry, but in what way? Everybody is sort of at the upper end trying to service this 1% segment of the industry, because everybody thinks to be a major designer, you have to be expensive, you have to be producing for this and all of that. Yet, our biggest asset is in numbers.
What do you need to take your business to the next level? Expert advice? Affordable financing? State-of-the-art technology? A partner you can trust. At First Bank, we can help with that. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out how we can help you grow your business. First Bank.
As an entrepreneur starting out, there are limits to your reach. So the jobs don't come all the time. So there are times you have bills to pay and you feel like, oh, it's not coming. And you have friends who are doing 9 to 5, who don't easily get as much as money that you get on the whole scale, but they are sure of getting something when they want it. So at some point it's tempting, but you know when you have this futuristic plan and a long time goal, you know you just have to dig your foot in and you're not going anywhere.
Entrepreneurship is challenging you. It's like going from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
If you're imaginative, if you're a creator, if you're skilled, and you can find innovative ways of solving world problems or maybe local problems in your local community, I think that's the way forward.
Most important thing is that you actually find a niche and make sure that you have good solutions to give to this niche.
The advantages of being an entrepreneur is that you own your business, you manage yourself, and you actually, it gives you the opportunity to exploit your potentials.
It's an opportunity to actually add value to the society at large.
After the whole schooling thing, and I started my business venture, and then money wasn't coming in quick, and then your parents are pressurizing you, this has to happen, that has to happen, then you start contemplating getting the security of a 9-to-5 job. But I think at the end of the day, the entrepreneurial spirit in you always wins out.
We've identified Ignite as one of those channels that play that way to reach the SME. Something to showcase and to encourage Nigerian and African entrepreneurs. I mean, if you have a role model, you see somebody do it and be successful, that sort of helps you and sort of encourages you. So we continue to work on capacity building, we continue to work on product development so that we can make available products that are accessible to the SMEs.
It's birthed for us also graduates in terms of farming. So, and for a country that is importing food, that has arable land, that has a large youthful manpower, that is one place to channel energy to, and we've seen results. So there's a partnership that has worked there.
With two key partners working with After School Graduate Development Center to continue this dream and ambition that we have to be a catalyst for enterprise development in our country. We're certain and we're sure that at the end of the day, with all of us working together, we can create the opportunity that we need for our millions of young people. Population report says that 65% of our population is under 40, which means that within the segment where you have the highest unemployment rate is where we have the highest population of the country. That's a problem, because except that we positively engage this age group and that generation and take value from the asset that they represent, instead of being an asset, the same age group can become a liability out of frustration and lack of opportunity to actualize their dreams and express the capacity that they have and be able to create value for the country.
After a successful first season, which focused on entrepreneurship and how young graduates can create and sustain a successful business, we have decided to take it a step further this season by concentrating on the creative, fashion, construction, and agriculture industry.
There is a whole value chain in each of these 4 segments, and what we've chosen to do with this season is to take each of those segments and tear it apart. Bring out all the areas where the opportunities are. Talk to people within the industry that are already engaged in taking advantage of some of those opportunities to share with us how and how to get into them, what to do, and then not just to talk, we're then trying to find how to create avenues to actualize these opportunities.
You find that most of the problem they have is that they don't know where to get the money from, they don't know how to set up a business, they don't know how to keep records. You can't be a successful SME entrepreneur if you do not have that. That's like SME 101, if I can put it that way. So capacity building, what we also have done is concentrate on SME in retail first bank. In every branch you have an SME relationship manager. So you can walk in and find somebody to talk to on what you require and what's available.
This is aimed at preparing the youths for outside university walls, because most of what they are doing right now is theoretical. So by the time they come out, we want them to be ready to face the challenges that they will meet outside. Instead of looking for jobs, these people, they are prepared, they are ready, and they know that, okay, even if I don't have a job, I could start up something myself. I don't have to wait until someone employs me.
Because we don't necessarily understand all of this, our schools don't have some of these areas as part of their curriculum, or even when they teach it, you go to university and you get BSc Agriculture. Okay, in what sense?
In some of our initiatives with Ignite, we've been able to take graduates from university into the classrooms to go and teach. Meanwhile, they didn't set out to be teachers, but they have training in mathematics, in sciences, and places where we needed capacity. So otherwise, those graduates would have sat down at home without work, but we put them to work and we've seen results. So there's a partnership that has worked there. We've taken some of them with science backgrounds into our primary healthcare centers, trained them, so they're helping with a lot of work, trials, documentation, and so on and so forth, becoming a necessary army and useful army at that.
Are you a creative person? Are you looking for the right partner to help you transform your talent into your business? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
All of these areas are areas, I mean, look at in the last 10 years. Imagine the number of young Nigerians that have come up in the entertainment space. Look at what they're doing, and it shows you the speed at which they can ramp up and become major contributors to the economy. But what we generally even see is the end product, which is the artist singing, acting, or whatever. Behind the final product, there's a whole chain of support industries that represent a lot of job opportunities or businesses.
We've identified SME as a major focus for us, and we're looking for channels whereby we can reach the SMEs. Ignite has done that. We've created a forum where SMEs can relate with, and we would like to continue to work and collaborate with Ignite going on in the future.
Important advice to share is dedication. Nobody succeeds by applying himself or herself in half measures. And whatever station we find ourselves, really, we can become truly extraordinary and extremely successful if we dedicate and apply ourselves. Whether it's sports, whether it's entertainment. I mean, as I've told people, artists like Michael Jackson didn't survive and reach the top simply by sleeping all day or by complaining all day. They worked hard, they rehearsed hard, they practiced hard, so that when they came on stage for that great and defining show, you saw something of a spectacle. In sports also is hours and hours of practice and practice until you get perfection. And no less dedication is demanded in business.
Because we have raw interest and talents and an environment that can support this, if we build it up to be a supporting environment for these industries, it means that we can grow a lot of businesses within this segment, and we can help a lot of young people to find their way.
Some started their own businesses, while some applied all they had learned into the management of their existing businesses.
The basic thing which I took out of the program was financial prudence, which was what I was lacking before. I actually thought before, you get the money is for you. But now, there is this new orientation that when the business brings the money, you save the money for the business, you pay yourself a salary, which you have to live by, and you have to be very disciplined accordingly with your finances. Now, I know I have to keep account. I know I have to keep a track record with the bank. I know I have to keep the bank informed about the process, the progress in my business, in case I'm going to need their support later in the future.
One thing I think I took here was the tenacity, because there was one particular episode she was telling us that you don't have to complain about Nigeria, you don't have to complain about power failure, you just have to make it work. And looking at her, she's a success story, so if she can do it, I can do it. So whenever I want to feel bad or down, I would like, if she was able to do it, and it's like her words keep ringing in my ear, some of those lectures she gave, I've been able to, pull through somehow.
Ignite means a lot to me. One, Ignite taught me creativity. Ignite taught me persistence and even doggedness in the face of rejection. Ignite, the word itself speaks. Ignited that power to proceed, the power to step out, the power to create, the power to face the challenges out there, the power to be bold. Like the word itself, ignite. Ignited that zeal inside to step and face the challenges.
Do you want to grow your business by selling to people in different ways? We can help with that. First Bank SME Connect. Visit sme.firstbanknigeria.com to find out more. First Bank.
In these industries, we will identify the value chains available to equip ourselves with life-changing business lessons.
We're going to have real experiences that we hope we can share together, and we hope that even though you're not part of the studio audience, or we're not showcasing you at this particular time one way or the other, but together as we continue to engage, either through all the different mediums that we have, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or sending an email in, whatever, any means that we're communicating and moving forward with this project. We hope that by sharing with us your thoughts and your ideas, we can bring all of those thoughts into the things that we're doing and help to create ultimately a better country for ourselves and for our future generations.